allow me to speak in English. I'm sorry for that. Sometimes technical topics, they are more easy to talk about in English. Actually, according to the discussion that we had today and yesterday, I think most of the people, they already highlighted the new technologies that you can provide, including infrastructure part, including the application layer, etc. So I will not talk about technology and details of technology, but I will focus more on how to practically go ahead. I think all of us, we agree that the digital transformation is ongoing. It's a trend, it's a global trend in all countries, but the pace is different from country to another one. And why is this? Because the readiness of the ICT ecosystem is not the same from country to other. And the readiness is including several factors. First factor, of course, is infrastructure, because we cannot talk about digitalization without having the infrastructure. The infrastructure is not including only connectivity, because some people they will confuse digital platforms with only connectivity. No. Connectivity, of course, is important. The coverage of the connectivity, the quality of the connectivity, but also we are talking about digital, means that the information is becoming digital, so we need to have platforms to stock the information, to treat the information. So that's why part of the infrastructure is data centers and also clouds. And this is very important because I see, according to several meetings, people, they would like to talk more about connectivity, and sometimes this part is forgotten. But now, if I can say that we are transposing our reality into virtual, and we need to transpose all the information from reality to virtual, including the information and the management of all the topics in virtual. That's why also Mr. Bilal, I think he discussed about the digital ID, which is really a prerequisite, a fundamental prerequisite to let the digital government manage the citizens correctly. So this is about the infrastructure part. Of course, the connectivity is not only including the internal connectivity to the country, but also the external one. We need also to think about the outside connectivity of the country towards the world, because in virtual world we are not. We are not in standalone mode. There is no frontiers. It's a global world. And then part of the ecosystem also is the readiness of the human resources. I think we cannot progress, we cannot go ahead without having the right people. And especially now we are talking about new technologies like AI, blockchains, 5G, etc. And these technologies they are evolving very quickly from year to year. So that's why we need to have the capability, we need to be agile enough to have the right people at the right time. Otherwise we cannot accelerate the pace. And then, if we come back to the initial topic, which is digital transformation, it's a global trend, but my point today is how we can make this transformation quicker, how we can accelerate the speed, and how to start. Because again, we all agree about this trend, but sometimes it looks like a very big burden, we don't know where to start. So that's why I will come back to one important point is digitalization is not a purpose, but it's just a tool, and we need to know how to use it, in which use case. So the most important for us is to develop and prepare the use cases that can help our countries to accelerate our digital transformation, to accelerate our economies, and contribute to be faster. Because technology, by the end of the day, is just a tool to let us to be more efficient and gain the time. Otherwise, all this infrastructure, all this development of technology will be just used for personal use. We can see now, unfortunately, in our countries, 80 or 90% of the internet usage is only for social networks and also to watch movies. I don't have a problem with that. But if we would like to have a positive impact on our economies, we need to focus on the use cases and prepare the right infrastructure to develop these use cases. And opportunities, they are there. I think in this region, in Northern Africa region, we have a lot of opportunities because of the geographical position, because of the human resource capability, and because also of the complementarity between countries. If I take the example of Tunisia and Libya, I think really we have a lot of complementarities. Something that exists in Tunisia, it will be useful in Libya and vice versa. So if I take, for example, the use case of health, I think Karim already discussed about health. There is a lot of things to be done. Technology can make better usage of the resources. So the cloud notion, the cloudification, is not only for servers, it's not only for machines. Cloudification can be also for humans. So we can use our human resource capital in cloud mode to be accessible anywhere, anytime. And then we can really solve a lot of issues. I think the cooperation between Tunisia and Libya in the health sector is very big. And we can make it more efficient based on ICT technologies. And I believe that Libyan citizens and the resources in Tunisia in the health sector, they can match each other more efficiently if we can include this ICT platforms. We can talk about remote doctor consultation or screening of the ICT images, and I believe that it will not solve all the scenarios, but it will be like 20 or 30% complementary to contribute to develop this sector. Another sector also is the education. Now education is not only for our countries but worldwide, is changing a lot. The concept of universities is completely changing now. We are not, I don't think that for the coming 20 or 30 years, universities, they will look the same. Because university now is a physical place where students, they go, and then a teacher comes to teach them in fixed hours and a fixed place. This will completely be changed. Learning should be accessible anytime, anywhere, and the content will be so much diversified and available anywhere. Again, many countries, I'll talk about Africa, they are lacking of educators, about qualified teachers, okay? At the same time, content is available everywhere. So that's why ICT should be the trigger to let everyone have the right access to this kind of content. And again, ICT is really the right tool to let our new generation, wherever they are and when they want, to access to this kind of knowledge. There is a lot of use cases. I will talk a little bit about another 2 use cases and I will finish about energy creation, energy manufacturing, and energy use. Okay? Because ICT is a very powerful tool to help to efficiently make the power or the energy manufacturing more efficient and the consumption of energy more efficient. Because in smart grid or solar power plants, etc., there is a lot of loss of energy when we are making the exploitation of these networks. And energy ICT, definitely with algorithm and AI can help a lot to better use this kind of grids. And I think if I take the example here in Tunisia of STEC, really if the company is complaining a lot from a lot of losses related to subscription, related to unpaid bills, or related also to the usage of the grid itself. So this can be really transformed very quickly with this. And I think in Libya also, Libya is a high potential country for energy producing, and then ICT also in these scenarios can help a lot. Last one is transportation. Transportation is really a very important factor to the economy of the country. I will divide transportation into B2C and B2B. At least we can focus on the B2B part. If we can make the efficiency of our ports and our airports better, it will have a direct impact on the economies for the importation and exportation of goods, and we can see really the country can breathe better. I will talk about Tunisia in this case. From our side as Huawei, we are importing goods to this country, And I can tell you, I mean, in the life cycle of the project, the biggest part is in logistic part, which is really unreasonable. Okay? In technology projects, the time to market is very important, and if the logistic is taking the biggest part, it's very abnormal. And we have seen in all the world, in the ports, the ICT contribution to let automation of tasks and management of the containers and management of the port is more, is automated. And then the time, the delay of transit will be very well managed, and then really we have direct impact on the economies. So my point, if I would like to summarize the intervention, is we need to define use cases by priorities. Priorities, they are not the same from country to another one. And once we define the use cases, we will build the right platform to manage it, and we'll have the right people. And this will give us very strong inputs to the country on the short term. Of course, the rest is for the long term, for the country, for the digital services of the government, for the infrastructure, etc. Okay? So thank you very much, and I will be happy to answer questions later.